Good morning, class. So before we proceed to our lesson, let me read first the learning objectives. Next slide, please. So, our objectives is, at the end of the lesson, the students should be able to, first is, define subject complement. Second is, spot example of subject complement. And the last is, create sentences using subject complement. Next slide, please. So, let us move on to our motivational activity. To properly start our lesson, let us have activity first to be called a pick to word. I have clear picture and you are going to make a sentence out of the picture you pick. And you will identify the subject and the word that describes the subject. Okay, so now who can make a sentence out of this picture?
Mom,
Okay, yes, Miss Blanca.
the girl is smiling.
Next is,
The dessert is sweet. And the third one is the book is thick.
okay, thank you for your answer, Miss Blanca. So, as you can see, this picture is the subject of the sentence you given to me. Okay, so now let us know the connection of this activity to our lesson. Next slide, please. To properly start our lesson, let us define first subject. A subject of a sentence tells who or what is the sentence all about. The subject can be noun or pronoun or a group of words that act as a noun. For example, Christina baked a cake. Okay, the subject in this sentence is Christina, which tells who baked the cake. Next slide, please. Okay, next is let us define linking verb. So, linking verb express a state of being and connects complement. For example, Paulo is hungry. The linking verb in this sentence is, which connect the subject and the complement. Did you get it, class?
Yes, Mom.
Class, who can give another example of a sentence with a linking verb? Yes, Miss Blanca?
Here's my example, Mom. The girl is beautiful.
Correct. Can you identify the linking verb in the sentence?
Is, Mom.
Correct. Is the linking verb in the sentence. Okay, let us now proceed to our main topic, which is subject complement. Please. Okay. What is subject complement? Who can read?
Mom,
Yes?
a subject complement is a word that comes after linking verb and renames, identifies, or describes the subject. There are two main types of subject complement: predicate nominative and predicate adjective.
Yes, thank you, Miss Blanca, for your cooperation. Okay. Always remember that subject complement is a word that after a linking verb, which describes the subjects. Let us now proceed to the two types of subject complement, the predicate nominative and predicate adjective. Next slide, please. Okay. Two types of subject complement. First is predicate nominative. A predicate nominative is a noun or pronoun that comes after a linking verb and can be renamed to identify the subject. Next slide, please. Here is the examples of predicate nominative. For example, Maria Luisa is my neighbor. Maria Luisa is the subject. The linking verb is. The word neighbor is a noun that identifies Maria Luisa. Neighbors is the predicate nominative. Maria Luisa is the neighbor. Always remember that predicate nominative is the word that renames the subject. For example here, Maria Luisa is the subject. So, the predicate nominative here is neighbor that renames Maria Luisa. Did you get it, class?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. Let us proceed to predicate adjective. Next type of subject complement is predicate adjective. A predicate adjective is an adjective or an adjective phrase that identifies the subject and modifies it. Since it completes the meaning of the subject, we call it subject complement. Let us now proceed to the example of predicate adjective. Next slide, please. So, here is the example of predicate adjective. The test appears difficult for most students. The test is the subject here in the sentence. And the difficult is the adjective which describes the test or the subject in the sentence. The next example is, I am extremely talented. I is the subject. And extremely talented is the word or adjective that describes the subject, which is the I. Did you get it, class?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. Okay, to properly end the discussion, let me summarize what is subject complements. Subject complements make sentences a lot more informational. Its purpose is to provide additional information about the subject of the sentence, helping to clarify its identity, state, or characteristics. It completes the meaning of the subject by further describing and identifying it. Okay, let us now move on to the application. Next slide, please. Okay. Our application is identify the sentence whether it's predicate nominative or predicate adjective. Write PN if the predicate nominative and if it is predicate adjective. Number 1. Rachel was beautiful at her wedding dress. Miss Blanca, is it PN or PA?
PA, Mom.
Correct. Yes, because Rachel was the subject and the adjective here is beautiful, which describes Rachel. Number 2. His father was a professor. Is it PA or PN?
PN, Mom.
Correct. Very good. Number 3 is your house has been your small castle. Is it PA or PN?
PN, Mom.
Correct. To number 4. The trip will be risky. Is it PA or PN? Mr. Hassan?
I think it is predicate adjective, Mom. So the trip is the subject and will be was the linking verb. And the risky is the predicate adjective that describe the subject which the trip.
Yes, you're correct. So let us proceed to number 5. My dog is a top contender in the show. Is it PA or PN? Mr. Hassan?
It's a PN, Mom.
Correct. That's PN. Next is number 6. Her voice sound melodious. Is it PA or PN? Miss Blanca?
It's PA, Mom.
Yes, correct. Next is 7. His performance was outstanding. Is it PA or PN? Miss Ramos?
It's a PN, Mom.
Number 7. His performance was outstanding. Is it PA or PN? Mr. Ramos?
It's a PA, Mom.
Why?
Mom, I think because outstanding describes the subject of performance, indicating its quality.
Very good. Next is number 8. That building appears to be museum. Is it PA or PN? Miss Blanca?
I think, Mom, it's PN.
Why?
Because museum renames or identifies the subject building, indicating its purpose.
Okay, let us proceed to number 9. The cake smells delicious. Is it PA or PN, Mr. Ramos?
It's PA, ma'am.
Why?
So, because delicious describes the subject, cake indicating its aroma.
Very good, that's correct. Okay, let us proceed to the last number. Number 10. The animal in the cage is a tiger. Is it PA or PN, Mr. Hassan?
It's PN, ma'am.
Correct. Because the animal is the subject and the tiger is renamed the subject, which is animal. Did you get it, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any question or clarification, class?
None, ma'am.
None. Let us proceed to assignment. Next slide, please. So, our assignment is make at least 5 sentences applying 2 types of subject complement. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope you understand our topic for today.